who's essentially in a love triangle with two brothers, which we've all been there. We've
Sure.
all done it. We've all been in love triangles with brothers. So the show is not only great, but it's also relatable.
It is Friday, September 26th, and we have an incredible episode of the Daily Friday podcast for you today. We are talking the Rapture happening on TikTok, chimpanzees being addicted to alcohol, and Lane Kiffin's daughter dating a dude on LSU. Plus, our boy Andrew comes by. We're talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty and the new movie coming out. We're talking about our favorite things about fall and wrapping it up with an incredible story about a 58-year-old man who is playing D3 football. If you have 4 years of eligibility left, don't ever give them up. We are presented by Cash App, as always, and let's get into it. All right, guys, it is Friday. Here are the top 5 things that you need to know going into the weekend. The 5 biggest stories that crossed our desk this week. Story number 1. We've all seen the TikToks. We've all seen the videos. We have survived the Rapture. If you are listening to this episode, you survived the Rapture. Congrats. Let's give it up for Rapture survivors. That actually is a bad thing because that means you're a bad person and you need to go to heaven. But honestly, I would rather be down here with everyone else. I feel like I have so much FOMO that if I was in like the 5% of people in heaven, I would be like, what's going down on earth right now? Like, I kind of miss my boys. Like, I kind of miss the fun crew, you know? If you guys miss this, the famous Chinese spying app known as TikTok exploded the past week with claims of a coming rapture. This was on Christian Talk, okay? So this all started a few weeks back. A South African pastor named Joshua Malakela, and I apologize for getting that name wrong, but he seemed like he might be a bit of a liar anyway, so I don't feel that bad. He claimed that he saw a direct vision from Jesus telling him that the world would end on September 23rd or 24th, which, in case you guys didn't know, was Julio Iglesias' birthday and also National Cherry Jubilee Day. So I don't think that's a coincidence at all. Ever since he started talking about this back in June, people have started posting about this online. It really hit a head this week. The search term, why is the rapture happening on Tuesday, exploded on Google Trends. People were freaking out. There were over 290,000 posts under the rapture hashtag on TikTok. It was all over the place. Kate, did you see a lot of these videos on your feed at all?
Yeah, I saw a lot of, people be like, it was kind of a joke, but get ready with me for the rapture.
Yeah, I saw like travel tips for the rapture.
Yes.
Like I thought, so there was like, yes, some of these were jokes, but some of these people were like actually fully blown convinced that the world was going to end. And so people sold their cars. Some people lost their jobs. People sold their houses because they were just getting ready to go to heaven. Some of the ones that I thought were like, these people have to be joking, but they weren't. Were people giving like clues for like, when you start to ascend to heaven, like, don't grab onto things around you. Just like let yourself float. Like they're like, make sure you're like wearing loose clothing because like clothing won't be happening in heaven. Like you'll be going naked. This woman had this video that went pretty viral and it was like, guys, remove your phone passcodes because when you go up, people won't be able to access your phone in heaven. You can't bring your phone to heaven. It's like, guys, like, first of all, I think if the rapture was actually happening, like that's kind of the last thing that you should be worried about is like your phone and if you're dressed appropriately, and also like such minor details for like an event that would be so crazy and so different to anything that's happened in the entire world that like, it's like, okay, there's no clothes in this thing. Like, can we maybe talk about the bigger issue that people are ascending to heaven? Like that would be fucking insane. This has been like a big thing. This is probably the millionth time that this has happened. That people have predicted like the rapture, the world is ending. Kate, were you like around during the Mayan 2012 prophecy? I mean, I know you were around, but like,
yeah, how old do you think I am?
Like, are you 11 right now?
No, I was in Mexico when that happened.
Okay.
On a trip with my family. We were on like a little
Did you
family
think it was going to
vacation.
happen?
Like, not really, but it was kind of eerie to be. We literally were. It was like a family trip in Mexico. We were like on Mayan ruins.
Okay,
day.
got it.
And it was kind of spooky.
But like, what was that? Like the calendar?
Yeah,
like
their calendar ends.
Yeah, it was like, okay,
day.
they just didn't continue the calendar. It doesn't mean the fucking world's ending. I was really into that. There's also a movie about that, I think. That was
2012?
2012, of course.
Obviously.
Not as good as The Day After Tomorrow, which is the greatest movie ever. But that was a big one. There's a blind mystic named Baba Vanga, who's similar to like Nostradamus. Do you know who Nostradamus is?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a famous person from history that's like predicted all these things that like, they're like, he's so accurate, and it's like 3 for 100 on. He's just like a volume shooter, you know. It's like if you predict enough things and you're right about a few of them, people start to think you know what you're fucking talking about, you know. The industry of like predicting that the world is going to end. Huge caveat, if you have no shame, this could be a very lucrative industry, right? Like if the world does end, people are going to be like, "Holy fuck! Like you called it, dude." You're the man. You not only is the world ending, but you're also the smartest person ever. That's cool. If the world doesn't end, you could just make up some excuse for why it didn't end. Like, I don't know, like, oh yeah, well, people like started acting better, so it's actually a good thing the world didn't end. Or at the very least, you took everyone's money and you got to go viral on TikTok. Like, that's kind of all it's about at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think the interesting thing is if someone did die in the past 2 days, you could easily claim that's a Rapture death, you know? Second thing you have to know, Charlie Sheen is promoting his new memoir with some of the craziest stories you've heard literally in your entire life. All right, I'm going to highlight a few of my favorite quotes from this tour. His memoir is out. He has a new Netflix documentary that is also out. So that kind of explains why he's kind of digging up all of these things. But Charlie Sheen, OG bad boy, star of 2.5 Men. There was a period of time when like he would like very publicly lost his fucking mind and was doing wild shit with like hookers and drugs and all that shit. He's kind of the man now. He's been sober for 8 years. He's now reflecting on some of the things he did in the past. Story number 1, he did so much cocaine that he got cut off by the Mexican cartel. Like the Mexican cartel was like, dude, you're doing too. Like the idea of like the Mexican cartel staging an intervention for you because you're doing too much cocaine is actually, it's borderline impressive. I think basically what he was saying in the interview was that they were convinced that he was also dealing drugs because of the volume of cocaine that he was doing. And he wasn't. It was just for him and his boys. It's honestly a medical marvel. Thank God he's still alive. Second story that I liked, he said he did so much crack that he started having gay sex. Was it with 1 man or 2.5 men? That's a joke about his show that I thought was kind of cool. He is the most high-profile crack user besides Hunter Biden. I want to think of there's a world where him and Hunter Biden were doing crack together and making love, and it was really beautiful. So this is a really sex-positive moment for Charlie Sheen. Another sex-positive moment in an interview this week on the Impulsive podcast, which, Kate, I'm sure you caught. You're always listening to Jake Paul and Logan Paul's podcast. He said he slept with 47,000 women in his life, which just doesn't seem possible. How could you possibly do that? Like, if that's over a 10-year span, that's 100. My math is not good at all. Let's do the math really quickly. 47,000 divided by 20. Let's say you did this over 20 years. 47,000 divided by 20. That's 2,350 women a year. Divided by 365, that's 6 women a day. This isn't even counting the men that he had said he was having sex with. That just seems exhausting. And it seems like a lie as well, but I'm not going to call him a liar. He had a very good quote about this. He said, "Don't wear hamburger pants on a safari and expect to not get attacked by a lion." So basically he was saying like he was kind of asking for it, I guess. So I feel bad for him. The poor guy had to sleep with 47,000 women. Topic number 3. Do you guys remember the Coldplay concert where the CEO and his head of HR were having an affair? I think we all do. Actually, that was our first episode of the Daily Friday podcast. That was a huge blessing from the internet gods. Lately, the internet has been like pretty depressing, and like we're all talking about like 2 or 3 pretty dark topics. I miss 2 months ago when we were all talking about like 2 middle-aged people dry humping at a Coldplay concert. I kind of miss that. Update on this one. The woman in the situation, Kristen Cabot, who is the head of HR, head of people, has said that she was not having an affair. She has said she was already divorcing her husband, so she was clean. And while the CEO was married, she said it was just a friendship, an inappropriate one at that. You know what? I actually don't really care anymore. I do feel bad that if this is true, it does suck that your life was kind of blown up like this, but this is just a lesson. Don't dry hump your CEO at a Coldplay concert, okay? More to come on this. And I apologize to everyone involved in this. Actually, don't apologize. I didn't really do anything, so let's cut that. Topic number 4. If you needed further proof that monkeys were mankind's greatest relative, a new study has emerged that monkeys drink the equivalent of 2 cocktails a day with something called fruity booze. So wild chimpanzees are eating fruit that has alcoholic fermentation in it that adds up to the equivalent of 2 alcoholic drinks a day. Can you imagine how fucking nice it would be to just like sit down after a long day of like foraging for tree nuts and whatever chimpanzees eat and just kicking back with a nice glass of boozy fruit? God, that would just hit different, wouldn't it? So there's actually, scroll up a little bit. This is part of a theory called the drunken monkey hypothesis that basically is saying like, our attraction to alcohol could come from ancestral fruit eating habits. It makes sense that primates would be tuned to alcohol since their diets have long revolved around ripe fruit. If you have a drinking problem, it is not your fault. It's because you're from a monkey, okay? You're welcome, all right? Never take responsibility for your actions. Final story to bring you home into this weekend. This is the most college football story of all time. Nothing is more SEC than this story. Ole Miss coach Lane Kiffin, his daughter, is dating a player on the LSU football team who they play this week. She hard launched her relationship with, what's this guy's name? Whit Weeks, who is a linebacker on LSU. She hard launched it this week, the week that LSU and Ole Miss are playing each other. Both of these teams are undefeated. They're both in the SEC. This is a huge game. And as if Coach Kiffin needed another distraction, his daughter goes and dates the biggest rival on his team. You know what? Love is love, man. If you can find love, freaking hang on to it. Okay, you know what this does remind me of? In 2006, Notre Dame and Ohio State were playing each other in the Fiesta Bowl. Brady Quinn's sister, Brady Quinn was a good quarterback at the time, did not pan out, was dating AJ Hawk. So Brady Quinn was the quarterback on Notre Dame, and AJ Hawk was the linebacker on Ohio State. They're both like the best players on their team. AJ Hawk, Hall of Famer, now on the Pat McAfee show. But during the game, she wore like a split jersey, and that was the first split jersey that we've ever seen in modern history. Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce's mom ripped her off, didn't credit her at all. This was a big moment. Fun story about AJ Hawk. My dad actually worked with AJ Hawk's dad. And one time we were on there was like a sales trip that you got to go on if you did enough sales. And I was like 12. And I met AJ Hawk, and I pulled my hamstring, and his mom helped me stretch it out. So AJ Hawk has always held a special part in my heart. A special part in my heart. He's had a special part in my heart. He really has. All right, guys, summer is over, and with it goes the hottest show of the summer I Turned Pretty. It has taken over the internet, and there is no one better in the office to talk to us all about the show than Andrew Nelson. Give it up for Andrew Nelson. Andrew Nelson is the producer for the Playday podcast with Rusty and Willie. Both of them been on the show. Check him out. And he is also the go-to person for all things Summer I Turned Pretty in the office.
Absolutely. 2 million on TikTok, 1.8 million and counting, about to be 1.9 million on Instagram Reels. 3 trial reels with over 200K each.
Wow.
And then I think like 2,000 on YouTube Shorts.
Right. That's
not
something crazy.
YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Just if you want to get into the really like the analytics of like what is viral.
So Andrew is referencing a clip that he was in where he kind of tricked Rusty and Willie by describing a situation with like his friends that was actually just the plot of Summer I Turned Pretty.
Absolutely, yes.
And clearly he has not let the fame go to his head. He has not like been constantly refreshing the numbers to see how successful it is. So Andrew, how long have you been watching Summer I Turned Pretty for? Are you new to it this summer, or have you been watching since the beginning?
No, I've been watching since the beginning. I've been a ride or die Conrad fan since day one.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people have been jumping ship. Not me. I was baby Connie from the beginning.
Got it. Okay, and we don't know what that means here. So really quickly before maybe we'll cover some of these questions at the end. But before we get into that, did you start watching this show to impress a woman? Is this a performative male trait of yours? Or were you actually just like, I kind of want to see what the hype is about?
Yeah, so now I tell people, I say, well, I got to talk about it with my girlfriend every night, so I have to watch it.
Yeah.
We've been dating for about a year and a half now. The show has been out for about 3 years.
Got it. So, but you were getting ready. You're getting ready.
Yeah, so I could say that I was watching it to impress her.
Yeah.
We met about a year and a half ago, though, so I can't,
so that would be a lot.
Couldn't really use that one either. What can I say? I love a good soap.
I kind of do too, and honestly, like I've been married. I've been with my wife for like 7 years, but even before then, I was watching chick shit all the time because it's like there's also male soap operas that we don't talk about. Like I watched Landman and like Yellowstone. It's like, yeah, that's a male soap opera.
Yeah.
There's drama and there's shit that it just keeps you hooked.
Yeah. I eat it up. I mean, I make sure that I watch Monday Night Football first. And then, you know, WWE Raw.
Wow.
And then, you know, all the other masculine shows that come out on Wednesday.
You're fucking buff as hell,
you know,
dude.
of course.
Of course. Yeah.
And then if I find the time.
Okay.
You know, I watch The Summer I Turned Pretty as soon as it comes out, you know.
Of course. Well, you don't want anything to be spoiled, obviously.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
Love it. So when, just to clarify, when you did start watching it, were you just like seeing tweets about it and you're like, I want to watch this? Or were you just like...
So I will say originally I got into the show because I was working at a social media company that was it was called Dispo. It's no longer around, but it was David Dobrik's disposable camera app company, and it was very big with like that demographic of women, that sort of 18 to 24.
So it was like I got to know what I got to know what's going on.
Yeah. So as running the socials, I was trying to find some way to connect our app with the show since that was sort of the hot topic of the summer.
Okay.
It was really just an excuse to watch TV on company time.
There you go.
I was working from home and I just was scrambling to find something to do, and I felt like it was a good excuse to not really do any real work.
And that's kind of the goal at every job.
Exactly.
Okay, so I know a lot of people have been seeing memes about this online. A lot of, especially the fellas, might not know what's going on. So do us a favor. Can you summarize the show in 60 seconds? And can you do it in 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
Or 10 seconds.
I mean, I could do it in 3 words. Best
All right,
show
do
ever.
it in 3 words. Best show ever.
Best show ever. That look is yours, Connie baby. I think that was 3 words.
Okay, these are things that someone might know. So for someone who's no longer seen it, 60 seconds, 60 what seconds. Is the show about?
The show is basically about this girl who is named Isabella, but everyone calls her Belly. For some reason, they don't really explain it. I wish they would. Who's essentially in a love triangle with 2 brothers, which... we've all been there. We've all done it. We've all been in love triangles with brothers. So the show is not only great, but it's also relatable, which is, I think, why so many people gravitate towards it. But yeah, she dates the first brother, Conrad, in high school. They have a messy sort of breakup, and then she starts dating the other brother, Jeremiah, in college. They have sort of a messy breakup, and I don't want to spoil the show, but
spoil the show.
There is a little bit of a flip back to her high school love, which we've all done it. We've all been there. We've all gone back to our high school ex once in a while. So now she is back with Conrad.
And are they okay? And you still have 8 seconds. So what else? Are they married?
And also Team Conrad all the way.
Got it. Okay. All right. So okay, great. So a couple questions. Conrad is the original one.
Conrad is the original.
Why is it called
love.
The Summer I Turned? Did she used to be ugly and then she got hot?
She used to be very ugly and
very ugly.
And the guy. So she would go to this summer house that was owned by the 2 brothers.
Okay.
They
owned property as like high schoolers.
Their mother owned.
Got it. Okay.
Their family owned it.
Okay.
But the mother ends up dying the summer that she turns pretty.
Oh no.
Which is kind of a big bummer because she's kind of like, this is kind of my show, and you dying is kind of like taking my...
I was the one who turned pretty.
Yes.
For you guys, this is the summer your mom died. For me, this is the summer I went through puberty. Yeah.
And it's kind of like her mom dying is kind of stealing the spotlight from her, which isn't really fair. Yeah. So you really feel for Belly.
People forget that I'm hot now.
Yeah. Like, are we not taking into fact how good I look in this black dress at her funeral?
That's fine.
Yes, exactly. But so she spends every summer in the summer house with these two boys. She basically grows up with them. They're basically like her own brothers.
Yeah, so that's even weirder.
Which makes them dating even more incestual.
Did she date Conrad when she was ugly or just when she was pretty?
Just when she was pretty.
Got it.
So he clearly only wanted her for her looks. Okay. Because it was like, well, you had about 15, 16 years to date this girl, but it was the summer that she turned pretty.
Was she always in love with him?
She was, yeah. And that's kind of they dive into that more in the third season.
Sure.
Of just he was the man that taught her how to ride a bike.
The man, this guy's like a 12-year-old.
Yes, yeah, okay. Like 8. He was the man that waited for her when she was alone.
So he's kind. So now this is going to my next question. What are the differences between Conrad and Jeremiah?
So Conrad is well, I'll tell you this. Conrad is a Stanford graduate in medical school, becoming a very rich doctor. He goes to therapy and is very well in tune with his emotions. Okay. And Jeremiah claims that he graduated in beerology. In college at one of those 98% acceptance rate colleges.
Like U of A or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Wait, so Conrad is older?
Conrad is the older brother, yes.
Okay, cool.
About 2 years.
Okay. And Belly's like roughly the same age as them?
Belly is about, a year younger than the youngest brother, so 3 years younger than Conrad.
So Conrad's in medical school dating like a high schooler? Maybe I'm missing the timeline
so
up, but like that's kind of weird.
Conrad is in his first year of medical school, and Belly is a senior in college.
Okay, that's not that weird. That's not that weird.
So about 2 years.
Okay, and how does the show end?
So the show ends with Belly admits that she has feelings for Conrad the night before the wedding.
Wow.
Day of wedding, Jeremiah.
Wait, but she's getting married to Jeremiah.
But she is getting married to Jeremiah, yes, the other brother. Let's not forget that they are, in fact, brothers.
Yes.
Going behind each other's backs. And he decides that he can't go on with the wedding, knowing that there's still part of her that loves his brother.
I mean, yeah, how could you?
Exactly. Well, I mean, we've all been there.
Right, and again, to be caught between two brothers.
I'm sure your wedding day was very, very similar.
I have two brothers myself, so I love for them in different ways.
Exactly.
And it ends with them riding off into the sunset?
So Belly ends up deciding to move to Paris with no plan.
Okay.
We've all done it.
Yep.
And ends up, working a job there, lives there for a year. And then around the time of like her 1 year anniversary of living there in Paris, Conrad shows up at her doorstep.
Wow.
And originally she says, no, Conrad, like I have a life here. I'm my own woman here.
Okay.
I'm not interested. But as they spend the day together, she realizes those feelings will never go away.
Just one day, yeah.
And it all builds up to this intense sort of sexual moment in the show. And then the moment they're done having sex, she goes, "Get out of my face."
No, she doesn't.
That post-nut clarity hits her hard.
Actually?
Yes.
Wow.
She says, "I think you should take the next train.
Wow.
Get your butt out of here." And he is obviously very confused, as one.
Sure.
And eventually she, classic, on his way out of Paris on the train, she runs to the train station,
grabs him,
and finds him and admits her feelings. And they come back to Cousins, which is where the summer house is.
So the brothers are the town's called Cousins?
The town is called Cousins. It's based off of
There's a lot of like family incest.
Yeah. They call it like the White Lotus Part 2.
Got it.
Sort of, yeah.
Got it. Okay, so the series has ended. Yes. There's a movie coming out soon.
Yes.
Before that, what are 3 things, like if a guy wants to talk to a girl about Summer I Turned Pretty this weekend, what are 3 things they should know? So they should know the difference between Jeremiah and Conrad.
Yes, absolutely.
Conrad, sensitive, smart, first love.
Goes
Jeremiah, bad boy.
Frat star.
Yes. Still a good guy, but different.
Yeah. I mean, he did cheat. He did cheat on Belly.
Wow, that's
which was part of their riff. in their relationship.
How could you not have a rift about
yes,
that?
I mean, we've all been there.
Okay, so we got difference between these two. What are two other things that, like, maybe phrases they can say to start a conversation?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be Team Conrad.
Sure.
I mean, the ladies are talking on
the
TikTok.
biggest takeaway is your team.
And they're saying any guy that is Team Jeremiah, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Wow.
You know, so
write that down.
Boys, make sure that you are Team Conrad when you're talking at a bar. Know the difference between the two brothers, and you know what? Even throw in a little curveball. Say, I think she should have ended up with Cameron.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't even explain that. Do your own research for that one.
That's what we on the Burnerverse call elite ball knowledge. Okay.
Wow. That is elite ball knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, love that.
If you want to go home with her in an instant, say, I think she should have stayed with Cameron. Feel like he was the only one with pure intentions.
Mic drop.
Yep.
All right. So we got the movie coming out. I want you to pitch to me what the movie is going to be about.
Okay.
And I'll pitch to you based on what you just told me what I think the movie should be.
Okay. So here's my pitch that I wrote about 5 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah. You can reference your notes, or you can just.
I was actually writing it while we were talking.
Got it. You're like,
every time you talk.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you're really multitask.
Yeah. Exactly. So Belly and Conrad are living happily ever after in the cousin's summer house, and they have a child on their way.
Okay.
And they're very, very excited. Jeremiah is become a very successful influencer chef. He's living with Denise, who is business partners with Belly's brother, Steven. They're tech billionaires in San Francisco. They're living great. And Belly ends up becoming pregnant, and she is having her water break. And as she's being driven to the hospital, she admits to her friend Taylor, who's driving her to the hospital, she says, look, I don't know whose child this is. Yep.
Kate fully just gasped on a fictional. Continue.
Yes. And she says, Taylor, I need to admit something to you. When I went to San Francisco to visit my brother, I ended up happening along. She went on purpose to one of Jeremiah's influencer events. They talked. She was just looking for closure, but they ended up having very disgusting, unprotected car sex.
Wow.
To the song of Reputation by Taylor Swift. And
Katie's literally like,
another guy.
Dude,
Andrew, you gotta pitch this.
You should write this movie.
You gotta get it in front of a crowd.
And it was around the time that, she would have gotten pregnant.
Okay.
So Taylor says you have to tell Conrad. Conrad's at work. He doesn't even know the water is broke yet.
Sure.
So she calls Conrad on the way to the hospital. She explains the whole thing to him.
And Conrad's a doctor, by the way.
And Conrad is a doctor, but at a different
hospital. Okay. He wouldn't have his wife give.
I didn't think about the details. I didn't think about the details.
He's dropped his practice.
Belly's going to a worse hospital because just his insurance.
Yeah, he feels weird about it. He's like, it feels like work. It just feels like work. I don't know. I don't want you to be in my workspace. Okay,
exactly.
continue. I didn't mean to derail you.
No, you're great. And so Jeremiah also gets wind that this baby could potentially be his. So he immediately books a flight to cousins to go visit Belly to witness potentially the birth of his child.
Okay.
Conrad is still at work trying to contemplate, like, should I even show up to the hospital? Like, even if this kid isn't mine, because it might not be mine. But they both happen to end up at the hospital at the same time, Jeremiah and Conrad.
Wow.
And they, have this awkward interaction, and then eventually they come to and they just say, you know what, no matter whose baby this is, it can never stand in the way of our brotherhood. And
wow.
We are brothers for life. We are locked in. We are blood, and
that's a mature realization to come to.
And no matter whose baby it is, we will both take care of it, give it the best childhood possible. So they both witness the birth of the child. They both kind of take turns. Like one's taking care of Belly, the other takes care of the baby. The beach house is very, very sweet.
Yeah.
Very, very emotional. You go, maybe there's gonna be like this kind of throuple.
Work.
Maybe this, They go, maybe we could just get one bigger bed and the three of us just lay here. You think that maybe this thing could work out. And then that's kind of where I left off on the pitch.
Yeah,
so
and leave it open to a sequel.
Well, so I'm just improving now. I think that Belly will go on Maury and
go on
Maury, the Maury show. Belly
Maury,
will go.
Yeah.
Oh, Maury.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay.
I've only seen it written.
That's become clear.
Belly will go on the Maury show. He will say, "Conrad, you are not the father," and then everyone will go, "Ooh," and then everyone will go, "It's Jeremiah's baby," and then he'll go, "Jeremiah, you are not the father," and everyone will go, "Oh," and then who's there in the crowd?
Cam Cameron!
And it's Cam Cameron's kid. She also hooked up with him in San Francisco, but it was they had a condom. So they're not really sure how that works. Got it. But then there's like a condom ad that's like, remember, it's only 99% effective. You know,
and that's how we kind of end it. Sponsored by Trojan.
Yeah,
should have used the Trojan.
Should have used the Trojan.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to top that. So that's just an incredible story right there.
Yeah.
Anything else to share with the listeners who want to know? I mean...
I would say give it a shot, even if it's not your thing. If you are, say a NFL fan, or if you are a reality show fan, I think this is a show for everyone.
Get you a man who can do both.
Yes,
like
exactly.
Andrew here.
Exactly.
He's taken, by the way. So
taken.
Sorry, ladies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happily.
All right. Well, Andrew, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your gifts. Thank you for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you for having me.
We'd love to come back again to talk about another thing.
I would love to. This is the only thing I know about.
We talk about Love Island a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
You and I do. Island. You're like, okay, yeah. You don't remember our conversations about that?
No, I don't. You're just like such a unforgettable person.
Right. That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just you're just one of the hundreds I talk about Love Island with. So you just fall in line, I guess.
All right. Well, thank you for joining.
Thanks for having me. I'm sure you're definitely gonna have me on again now.
Kate, what would you say are the two most chilling words in the English language?
Maybe like you up.
That's close. That's number two. The most chilling two-word combo is account overdrawn.
Oh, yeah.
Because not only are you out of money, but Kate, you now have to pay fees as well. It's a travesty. You already don't have money.
That sucks.
That's why Cash App is here to help. When you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month, Cash App has your back with up to $200 in free overdraft coverage. Now that's pretty good. You know what is really good? Everything else that Cash App has to offer: security features, card with tons of perks like exclusive early access to concert pre-sales, all the bells and whistles. Plus, for a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash for real. Just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code Friday10 in your profile, send $5 to your friend, and you will get $10 back. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partner. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sudden Bank, member FDIC. Direct deposit and overdraft coverage provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Guys, the biggest news this week is we are finally done with summer, and it is officially fall. On September 22nd, the calendar turned to the greatest season of all time. Fall and or autumn, depending on how formal you would like to be. The best thing about fall is that summer's over, because summer fucking sucks. It's hot. I personally get sunburned. I get exhausted. Too much travel, too much money spent. Summer's over, and it's time for fall. It's time for the best time of the year. Right, there's a lot of good things about fall. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through some of my favorite things. I'm going to rank them from worst to best, okay? And as always, all opinions are correct and final, right? So don't bother arguing because it's not your fucking podcast. You understand that? All right. Good thing about fall, still the worst thing, though, is outdoor farm activities, okay? I'm talking like apple picking, hay rides. Why are we paying to do manual labor? Do you understand? This is not a cute thing. We're like going to a farm to do the farmer's job and then take home like 40 apples. I haven't had more than 10 apples this entire year. These are going to rot in my kitchen and go bad. Now, yes, you will get a cute Instagram photo out of it, but at what cost? At what cost? Corn mazes, I will allow. Corn mazes if you can thread the needle between too easy and so hard that you're like worried you're going to be stuck there for the rest of your life, corn mazes are cool. That's the only saving grace for outdoor activities. Up next, we have pumpkin flavored things. Again, maybe once a year I'll have something pumpkin flavored. There is a reason that we only have pumpkin flavored things in the fall. It's just not that good. Kate, do you like pumpkin things? Is that a hot take to you?
Yeah, I completely disagree.
Wow.
I won't lie.
So you were eating pumpkin flavored things outside of the fall months.
I would, but you can't find them anywhere. It's so annoying. It's a very seasonal.
Well, okay, Kate, the
fruit.
blonde white girl, likes pumpkin spice lattes. What a fucking surprise.
Okay, sue me, okay? Sue me. I like a pumpkin cream cold brew. Thank
All right.
you very much.
I guess a little bit of flavor never hurt anyone. I personally don't like it, but you know what? I'm open-minded enough to accept that some people do.
Have you ever tried a pumpkin cream cold brew?
No.
It's really good.
It's not good.
Yes, it is. The cold brew is good. I'm with you on the pumpkin spice latte train.
Pumpkin spice latte it's just like ice cream.
Yeah,
it's too sugary.
It's too much of a treat. Yeah. It's not for me. But pumpkin
I like
cream
a pumpkin
cold brew.
loaf. I like a pumpkin loaf. And I like pumpkin seeds that you toast in the oven.
Jack, it's a slippery slope. You're on your way.
God, maybe my take was wrong. I got to plan my takes more. Okay, so that's another thing. Fine. Pumpkin, you're not that bad.
Second to last is a crime.
I'm
last. Sorry.
Hey, but that's just how good fall is. It's a competitive season. All right.
All right. Fair enough.
Another thing I really like, this is when it starts to get good, the ability to reframe your regular depression as seasonal depression. Okay. If you have mental health problems, you know that there's nothing better than blaming other things for your problems. Okay. One of the things that I hate the most about living in LA is being sad on a beautiful day outside. You know, like that fucking sucks. Now you get to be like, all right, well, I feel like shit, but that's just because the weather sucks outside, right? That's a huge plus. Never take responsibility for your actions. Another thing that I'm a little torn about is Halloween. Halloween is a holiday that is very good for young men and very good for old men. It's a young man, old man's game. When you are a 30-year-old married person with no children, what am I going to do on Halloween? You know what I mean? Like, I'll never forget. Yes, it's very fun in college. It's very fun when you're like in your early 20s. I'll never forget my old coworker at an old job. Like, I told her that I was going to a wedding on Halloween weekend. She was like 22, and she was like, that's so rude to throw a wedding on Halloween. I was like, okay, it's not like a national holiday to people in their 30s. It's like, I kind of forgot it was Halloween, honestly. Are you a big Halloween person, Kate?
No, I'm not. I have a similar thing. I think it is great for young ladies trying to
get noticed,
really have a good time with it. And then it's funny for like my mom has the best time on Halloween.
Yeah.
But
like when kids come by, you can decorate your house. Like that's fun. But
like when you're my age, you're like, oh, do I be funny or like try to pretend to try to be hot? It's so embarrassing.
I know. And it's like, again, like the sweat of like having to explain your funny costume is awful.
Oh, you want to hear my Halloween trauma?
100%.
When I was 11, I was Wednesday from the Addams Family.
Okay.
This is before the show.
This is before, okay.
This is before she was cool, okay? I just really liked the actual show, The Addams Family, when I was a kid.
It's a great show.
And so I was Wednesday Addams from the Addams Family. I had the whole little dress and the braids. And the first house I go to, the person goes, oh, you're such a cute little pilgrim. And I was so embarrassed. I went home. I went straight home.
That's what you have to do.
It was so embarrassing.
I just would wear like a sports jersey, which I know is so lame, but
I'm
like
that guy.
I know.
That sucks.
Here's my other thing with Halloween. This is more of a New York take, but like going to it from a pregame to a bar and it's like freezing cold and you're wearing your costume waiting in line to get in a bar. It's like, do I wear a jacket over my costume? And then I'm like, it's just like a weird, I don't really love Halloween. I'm sorry. I'm sure the people are. One thing I will do as we get closer to Halloween is predicting the viral Halloween costumes. There's always a viral Halloween costume this year. Any early thoughts on what they would be? No?
What movies have come out recently? Oh, Weapons.
Okay, like the kids going like that.
Yeah, or Aunt Gladys from Weapons.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, because you just do the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably like Summer I Turned Pretty.
Summer I Turned Pretty is going to be a big one. Travis and Taylor, like, it's been already been done. Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be something, though. Cardi B and Stefan Diggs. Oh. That's what I'm going to do. Speaking of clothing, another huge benefit of fall is for those of us that forgot to work out all summer and honestly all of our entire adult lives, we can now wear clothes that hide our body, right? drinking nonstop, making no changes to your diet, it will take its toll on you, but you can cover that up with flannels. You can cover that with sweaters, a long sleeve thermal, maybe even a turtleneck if you're feeling like a bad boy. I love fall wear, and I think that's one of the best things as well. We're down to our final three. The third best thing about fall is high schoolers are back in school and can no longer bully me at my local Starbucks during the day. I cannot handle a Gen Z stare from a retail worker on their summer job. All right. It's nice to just kind of like look around and be like, oh my God, I'm free. You know, that might just be specific to me. And we'll keep it moving. The second best thing about fall, this is a little bit tied to an earlier one, but sitting on the couch and not feeling guilty about it. Right? So this is about the weather, but it's also about, this is peak TV season. Sports, it does not get better than like October for sports. Football, college football, NFL, MLB playoffs, NBA starting, NHL starting. You can sit around and watch TV all day and not feel like a fucking piece of shit. And that's what it's all about. There's a lot of new shows coming out this fall as well. Kate, have you seen the new Breaking Bad creator show? That's coming. The guy Vince Gilligan is coming out with a new show that looks sick. There's a Tim Robinson show that looks sick. All these shows, like the new seasons come out in the fall. That's peak new season time. If you're still watching Stranger Things, that's coming out. But also, why the fuck are you still watching Stranger Things? That's crazy. There's a lot of good movies too that are coming out. It's not quite peak Oscar season yet, but there's a new Chalamet movie. There's a new Avatar. There's a new Wicked movie. There's a new Now You See Me sequel. I think it's like Now You See Me : Now You Don't, but I don't know. I love that series. That's my favorite series. They've basically just become like magicians, and now they're just like warlocks. They can just basically do anything. Kate has never seen it, and she does not know what I'm talking about. But
I know what you're talking about.
That's what we're going to do this weekend. The best part about fall is that it's officially soup season. We love soup in my house. We love soup in everyone's house. Kate nodded in approval. Kate loves soup as well. Soup is the perfect combination of flavor, heartiness, warmth. I think it's probably good for you too. It will fill you up, and you're not going to feel bad about having a nice bowl of soup. My top three best soups are tomato, Bowling for Soup, of course, fantastic band, and matzo ball. I hold the Jews entirely responsible for the creation of the best soup of all time, matzo ball soup. Kate, what is your worst soup?
I think split pea.
Yeah. I'm going to go split pea. Do you want to hear a crazy thing that my dad does? All right, this is insane. My dad was like, you know what I've been really enjoying lately? I will have a bowl of split pea soup and then dip my peanut butter and jelly sandwich into it. I was like, that is insane.
Your dad still eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah, I'm like,
that's awesome.
That's kind of sweet, but it's also like the colors, it's like green and then like purple. Yellow and purple, and then it's like the flavor. I love you, Dad, but that's crazy. I also, hot take, I don't like French onion soup. It's too much work.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah, it's like the cheese like goes around and then like, I don't know, whatever. Soup season, we love you. Welcome here. Comment your favorite part about fall below. And if we miss anything, let us know. Welcome to fall. What did we miss?
I think it rhymed.
Oh, it rhymed. Yeah. That's how we fucking do it in the Daily Friday podcast. All right. Guys, before we go, I want to end the show with some big news. We have 3 stories that are some of the biggest news we've had all week. Story number 1, we love highlighting old guys on the show. This is our 3rd straight week of old guy news. We had the marching band guy. We had the softball text. This might be my favorite one yet. A 58-year-old man named Tom Sillo is playing college football. D3 college football. He's playing defensive line. According to this one tweet, it says he quit. He played football in high school and he quit to do drugs. And then he worked for the Parks for 33 years. And then now he's going back to college. Quitting football to do drugs is incredible. You know, it's not work if you love it. Do what you're passionate about. The coach basically said like, hey, you know what? I mean, like, we're going to let the best players play. He's going to have to earn his playing spot. It's D3 football. If this guy doesn't see the field once, that's a fucking shame. All right? Shout out to this guy. Never graduate. If you have 4 years of eligibility left, go back and fucking take him, all right? It's not too late. This guy is jacked, by the way. He's an accomplished power lifter. He spent his entire life staying in shape, and now he's going to go dominate 18-year-olds in the C gap. So shout out to Tom Sillo. You're the fucking man. Teacher of the year for our next story is a South Carolina teacher who deployed a poop spray that cost $55,000 to the school. So this was like a spray that's like a prank spray that smells like actual human feces and diarrhea. And he sprayed this like in the air vents. It went over the entire school for 8 hours, and like kids got sick. One kid had to go to the fucking hospital. That's why it cost $55,000 for the school to pay for this kid's medical bills and fix the air conditioning system. I do not know why this guy did this. It's just like, what benefit would you have to do this besides it being a hilarious prank that only you know about? Because you do also have to then smell the poop as well. So I would love to hear more from like why this guy did this and what he has planned for next. I'm not sure he'll work in education again, but whatever he does, he has a bright future. The final story, probably the biggest news over at Daily Friday headquarters and at Almost Friday headquarters, is star producer Kate Klausner is departing from Almost Friday Media. That's right. Our producer, Kate, is no longer going to be with the show or with the company anymore. Kate, we're going to miss you.
Aw, thanks, Jack. I'm going to miss you too. I'm sad.
Kate is on to bigger and brighter things. She's had, how long have you been at Almost Friday for? 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Kate, two-part question. What has been your favorite moment at Almost Friday Media, and then your favorite story that we've covered on the Daily Friday podcast so far?
Okay. Oh, it's so sentimental. Okay, so I think some of my favorite moments are like, this is going to sound very counterintuitive, but when I have to like come back here late and I'm so pissed about it, and then seeing the people that are here late night and
the grind crew,
delirious, having a good time though. I was here at like 10 the other night because I forgot to export something, and Gavin and Danny are like playing football like in the middle.
Love
of
it. There's always someone here at Daily. Like every time I've tried to like show people the office at random times, there's always like two people here,
just
like,
kicking it,
editing, or just doing some video.
Yeah, I'll miss all my people. I'll miss all my friends. Yeah,
we're gonna miss you, Kate.
It's bittersweet.
What is your favorite story that we've covered on the podcast? Your favorite?
I think my favorite story. I do think about. I like all the old men that we've talked about.
Yep.
I feel like
wholesome.
We're giving them a platform.
Platforming old men. That's our mission statement.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I think I love. I've been loving our time with Rusty.
Yes.
I've been loving our conversations with guests.
Yes.
And I can't wait to see what you guys continue to do with it.
Well, we are going to become the biggest podcast in the world to spite Kate for leaving us. So watch out for that. Kate, we're going to miss you. But thank you for everything you've done for the podcast.
My pleasure.
R.I.P. Kate. Comment R.I.P. Kate below if you're going to miss Kate.
R.I.P. Kate.
All right, guys. That is all the news that's fit the podcast this week. Have an incredible weekend. And as always, go Jets. It's getting harder and harder to say that every week. But this is the week. Daily Friday Podcast. Daily Friday Podcast. Daily Friday Podcast. Yeah, yeah.